Radio from Hell on X96.
Okay, it's 7:20 right now, and we are broadcasting live from our homes, and will be quite
Just don't
possibly
ask.
forever.
Until there's
Yeah.
a peaceful transfer of power.
But you can watch us. If you've been watching us at x96.com/live, we had some problems there for about 15 minutes, but we're back now. And so if you just go to that web address and then refresh your browser and all that, we should be back. So there you go. Refresh your browsers.
We've been relatively technology trouble-free lately, knock on wood. Yeah. But we've been having pretty good luck so far.
Way to jinx it.
I know. I did that. That means we're okay.
That never works.
That's supposed to scare away the bad luck fairies or demons or sprites or whatever it is that
that hide in the wood.
That's allegedly what knock on wood means. So that's just science, and that's just my opinion. All right. Okay. Well, let's get to round one of your boners. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against winner of round 2. Round 2 at 8:20. 3 different candidates. We'll get a winner there. We'll take the winner of each round and put them against each other at 9:20 this morning. That's when boner fight happens, and that's when you will decide boner of the day. So right now, pick your champion for round 1. Send one of these forward. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Hey, can't buy it, gotta win it. Nick is picking up the chair to show you the back of the chair, which is the Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt, which someday you may get that, maybe.
Yeah.
Someday.
We've got that one T-shirt, and the hundreds of people that we've had win that T-shirt, we're going to hang it outside somewhere and let them fight for it. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Nice job with the fireworks there, folks. St. George, Utah. Color Country Interagency Fire Management has announced that 3 teenagers and one of the juvenile's parents have been charged in connection with the Turkey Farm Road fire, which burned nearly 12,000 acres in southern Utah in July.
Man.
According to a news release, the charges filed include obstruction of justice in a criminal investigation. We didn't do anything. We didn't go down to Nevada and buy illegal fireworks. No, we didn't do.
Where did they come from?
Providing false or misleading information, use of fireworks in violation of fire restriction orders, and reckless burning were among the charges. The wildfire ignited on the night of July 13th, about 3 miles west of Washington City. Fire officials attributed the cause of the fire to the illegal use of fireworks in a restricted area. Erratic winds caused the fire to spread rapidly to surrounding federal, state, and private lands. The cost of suppression was $2.5 million, and extensive rehabilitation efforts are needed to stabilize and restore the burn area. The 3 teens involved were from St. George. The cases have been referred to the juvenile court. The adult was charged with obstruction of justice. Nice job, folks. Nice job with the fireworks there. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. The suspect was either Chip or Dale. It's pretty interesting looking disguise. I don't know if we have it at x96.com/live. Evangeline Parish Sheriff's deputies in Louisiana are searching for a person who robbed a pharmacy at gunpoint wearing a chipmunk outfit.
It's smart because you're distracted by the costume and you don't look at the face.
Surveillance video showed an armed suspect in a chipmunk outfit running from the store's parking lot to the rear door of the store, forcing an employee back inside. After getting the undisclosed amount of medicine from the employee, the suspect walked out the rear door of the store and ran westbound toward a nearby apartment complex. The sheriff said the robber wasn't all bad. He took the victim's cell phone, but when she said, "But I've got pictures of my grandkids on there," he gave her the SIM card out of the cell phone. He said, "Well, here you go." The investigation is still active and ongoing. If anyone has information about the chipmunk who robbed the pharmacy, please contact the police. They believe that the suspect's name is either Chip or Dale. Boner candidate number 2.
It could be either one because they're just a couple of crazy rascals looking for some fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Kerry Jackson's longtime nemesis under the microscope.
I told you about this guy. Boner candidate number 3 coming up right after this Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by.
Check out downtown SLC's Open Streets, featuring expanded outdoor dining, live performances, and art, happening Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday evenings from 6 to 10, now through October 10th, on Main Street from 4th South to South Temple. Learn more at downtownslc.org.
The first of HBO's presumably many Game of Thrones spin-offs was originally going to be a prequel set thousands of years before Stannis corrected Davos on his grammar, chronicling the world's first descent from the golden age of heroes into its darkest hour. But last year, the network announced that the long night, as author George R.R. Martin wanted it called, would not be going forward. They're not going to do it. It's unclear why the series didn't make it past a pilot order, and no one involved, including its star, Naomi Watts, is allowed to talk. I can't say anything, Naomi Watts told Collider when asked about the prequel. It's funny because I have an Instagram account, and I found something in my memories, pictures that come up, and it was when I was there in costume, and I was like, oh, this would be fun to post. And then I was like, no, I can't do it because HBO will come down on me like a ton of bricks. I can't do it. Just the costume, you know. I wasn't thinking about what I was wearing. I was just what I was doing. But anyway, I'm not allowed to say anything about why. We'll
but I'm
never
curious.
see this. Sure. And this makes you even more curious,
yes. What could it possibly be?
I think it's Naomi Watts. I think she looked horrible in the costume.
I think it's the script probably sucked.
Oh.
I think it's probably that simple.
You mean the George R.R. Martin wrote a crappy script?
Yeah.
The governor of Missouri, Mike Parson, a Republican, who has steadfastly refused to require residents in his state to wear masks, tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. Parson was tested after his wife, Teresa, tested positive earlier in the day. Teresa Parson had experienced mild symptoms, including a cough and nasal congestion. She took a rapid test that came back positive, a nasal swab test. If they're doing a naval swab test, that's the wrong
That's
thing.
wrong. That's
There's all kinds of other diseases they'll come up with there.
Yeah. So there's Gina Barberry demonstrating once again that she feels that the navel is a dirty part of the body.
oh, it's
When was the
terrible.
last time you cleaned yours?
It's disgusting.
Every morning, thank you.
You clean your navel every morning.
I get it when I take a shower.
Do you go digging?
You get in there and
Do you get in there?
I don't have to
you
go
don't get
digging.
in.
I don't
Sure
have
you
to go
do.
digging.
Believe me.
I
The
The
get
water
a little,
goes right over it unless you
I
go
get
in
some-
there and
I get some soap and my fingers do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that.
This is the governor of Missouri's got coronavirus. Don't try to distract from that.
And here's the thing about the governor of Missouri. He was never a this is a hoax guy. He was always a everybody's going to get this and that's just too damn bad guy, you know.
I want everybody to know that myself and the First Lady are both fine. Right now I feel fine. I don't have any symptoms. We just have to take the quarantine procedures. He postponed several events throughout the remainder of the week. The U.S. Let's if Todd Weiler's listening to this, let's put the coronavirus numbers in let's bring them down into these very specific things, shall we? After the U.S. hit 200,000 recorded COVID-19 deaths on Tuesday, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden called it a staggering number that's hard to wrap your head around.
Yes.
Adding that behind every COVID death is a family and a community that will never again be the same. He
Yes.
said that's a devastating human toll to this pandemic, and you can't forget that. But our biology is working against us when it comes to computing this grim death toll. Sarah Elizabeth Richard reports at National Geographic, researchers say that our brains aren't wired to make sense of that. that kind of a number, that big number. So let's break it down into smaller pieces, shall we? The number of dead is now equivalent to a 9/11 attack every day for 97 days, or 67 days, excuse me. How about it's roughly equivalent to the population of Salt Lake City or Huntsville, Alabama, being wiped out in 7 months. Okay? The tally means a U.S. death has happened every 1.5 minutes on average since the first official fatality in late February. It means that we have lost 1,450 plane loads full of people. So if you think about it like that, assuming that there are 138 seats in a classic 737, that would mean 8 planes have crashed on U.S. soil every day since the beginning of the pandemic. How about that?
Here, let me put it another way for Todd. How many Benghazis is that?
Lots of people are fighting it hard. That's partly because of, or finding it hard to think about, and because of everything that's going on. Massive wildfires, hurricanes, civil unrest, a divisive election, coping with life in a pandemic, a crazy man running the country. If you're already stressed out, the 200,000 statistic becomes just another thing, said Princeton cognitive psychologist Elke Weber. If you think about people living in a war zone, the kind of thing that was once appalling becomes normal. And you sometimes wonder, how do people in Syria live with the war going on constantly for years and years and years? Well,
we're numb to
you
it.
normalize it somehow.
We're numb to that. Syrian headline has been coming up for years, and you see it and move on, and people are dying every day.
The EPA has approved Pine Sol to kill COVID-19. So you get a bottle of Pine Sol, and you can use it to wipe things down, and that will kill the virus. Unfortunately, Pine Sol is a liquid. And there are people who are worried that people will drink it. Don't drink Pine Sol.
Well,
okay?
The first time I saw that headline, it didn't say "don't drink it." It just said Pine Sol has been approved to.
Yeah.
Maybe you should
clean your house with.
Yeah, put in the headline "don't drink it," please.
2 more high schools in Salt Lake County will temporarily stop in-person classes because of COVID-19. Granger High, Olympus High. Both reported having 15 active cases of the coronavirus as of Wednesday. In response, the Granite School District has announced they will follow guidance from the Utah Department of Health, shut down for 2 weeks, shuffle students to online learning. Same thing with Olympus. Utah County, long resistant to mask mandates. They're reacting with resignation and frustration down there about the new requirements. I'm not a fan of Lady Gaga, said Edna Clarkson, who's up on her pop culture and how Utah County has begun requiring people to wear masks in public. But I think Lady Gaga said it best. It's a sign of being kind to others.
Yes, exactly.
79-year-old woman. Lady Gaga
Good
said.
for her.
Yeah. Not everyone is doing the happy dance about the county mask mandate, though there are, like Rachel Pay, a 50-year-old Orem resident, asked by the Salt Lake Tribune about the mask. Bunch of crap, she said. It's a bunch of crap. It's a huge conspiracy theory. I just don't.
Suss that out for me, lady. Okay, it's a huge conspiracy theory.
No, you don't want to know.
You follow that along for me. Help me understand.
Yeah.
What the goal is? The goal to get rid of Donald Trump? Is that what you're saying? This is all.
Say it all out loud. All right.
I want to hear what you think.
Well, let's see what she says. She says this is just a part of things to scare us into fear because this is an election year.
Huh?
That's what she said.
So
basically, that's what she's saying. What Gina said there.
What's the end
game?
So
people aren't dying.
I don't know. It doesn't. Don't ask.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. By the way, in another astonishing thing to say, Donald Trump said yesterday he may or may not approve any more stringent FDA standards for emergency authorization of a COVID-19 vaccine, saying such a proposal would appear political. Trump has repeatedly said a vaccine for COVID would be ready for distribution ahead of November 3rd presidential election. The Washington Post reported that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration would issue the guidance to boost transparency and public trust, as health experts have increasingly become concerned that the Trump administration might be interfering in the approval process to rush out a vaccine. Trump said he may not approve any new, more stringent FDA standards for an emergency. So this creates a sense of unease about, is this going to be safe or not? Trump questioned why a vaccine would need to be delayed and said a proposal by the FDA would appear to be politically driven. You see, the FDA is working with Biden to make sure that I don't get elected, is what he's trying to say there.
But all of your cronies are head of the FDA, and the
we're looking at that and what has to be approved by the White House. We may or may not approve it.
Jesus.
Makes no sense.
Weather, traffic.
Let's see. Oh, the fire. Yeah, all that news. You didn't even mention the fires, because that's still going on and making the air crappy. Hazy, bad air quality today. Warm. We could get up to 90 degrees for a high today. Then we're going to gradually cool down over the weekend, and the air actually gets a little bit better Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll only be in the mid-70s through there, so that's nice. Traffic, we've got crash northbound I-15 at 43rd South in Murray, off to the right shoulder. Crash 7th East at 35th South in Salt Lake. And northbound Main Street 6th North in Tooele. That one is affecting the right shoulder. And if you see something, please text it to us, 33986. Save up to $150 off Big O brand tires now through October 11th, only at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Kerry Jackson's longtime nemesis is under the microscope. Before there were 75 different Property Brothers shows, there was a dark time when home improvement fixes came solely from weekly installments of Extreme Makeover Home Edition, starring, it says here, the worst host in the history of hosting, Ty Pennington.
Ty Pennington is the worst. I've always hated him.
If you didn't get to live through the mad years of Home Edition, consider yourself lucky. But brace yourself, because Ty Pennington is back for a new series from HGTV called Tie Breaker. Though Pennington's something of the Guy Fieri of home renovation shows, he has been notably absent from the sacred space of home renovation reality since the demise of Home Edition and his other popular show, Trading Spaces. In this new series, Variety reports, Pennington is back to, quote, help families in need decide whether to overhaul their current property or renovate a new one. This is astounding in that Pennington should ever be allowed within 10 feet of any family in need, considering the outlandish homes he designed and projected and project managed on Home Edition. The major flaw with Home Edition was the gap between what the participants needed and what the unhinged Pennington wanted to give them. He would run amok on a small, manageable home, convert it overnight into a behemoth with themed rooms, living rooms built to look like movie theaters, backyards that would double as amusement parks. But once the big bus rolled away and the volunteer builders returned to their lives, homeowners were left footing the bill for property taxes, utilities, and mortgages, things that they were struggling to pay before Pennington came in and turned the kids' room into an elephant safari with a mattress.
Yep.
One woman's home was foreclosed on 9 years after her makeover when the mortgage ballooned from $30,000 to $113,000.
Yeah.
It makes little sense why HGTV, a network that has more home renovation shows than they know what to do with, would take Pennington, a man marked by his hideous over-the-top designs and dark past, littered with tears and foreclosures.
Wait, read that again. A man marked by
a dark past. Pennington, a man marked by his hideous over-the-top designs and a dark past littered with tears and foreclosures. It goes on and on and on to show all the ways that Ty Pennington has ruined people's lives, essentially.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 3, Kerry Jackson's longtime nemesis under the microscope. And I think the Boner focus here is HGTV. Why would they bring him back to do more damage? I just don't get it.
Him and his megaphone.
Yeah.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, nice job with the fireworks, folks. 3 teens and 1 parent charged with the 12,000-acre wildfire in southern Utah, setting off fireworks in a restricted area. Boner candidate number 2, the suspect was either Chip or Dale. It's a Louisiana man dressed as a chipmunk robbing a pharmacy. And Boner candidate number 3, Kerry Jackson's longtime nemesis, under the microscope.
Okay, here we go. This is round 1 of your boners. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 2's voting. Round 2 happens at 8:20. We'll get 3 different candidates there, and we'll get a winner there as well. And we'll take both of these winners and put them against each other at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide boner of the day with Boner Fight. Okay, so let's pick your champion from round 1 right now. Send one of these forward. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit, that number, in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message. Text it to 33986. Pretty easy. Call the producer's booth at 877-602-9696 or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting September 23, 2020 and vote there. Refresh your browser if you don't see it right away. You have until the end of these messages to do so. This is round 1. Big O Tires.
Big sale. Through October 11th, you can save $150 on a set of Big O brand tires, and they are great tires. You know, the Big O store near you, get to know them. They'll take care of you very well. I go to the one on Second East and South Temple, and they've known me now, and they can say,
not just because you're Bill Allred, it's because you're a customer.
Yeah, I can say they'll say, which car do you need work on, Bill? Which one are you bringing in? And I get all of my tires at Big O. And, you know, they also do other things there. They do brakes. I had had a emergency brake job done at my Big O tire store just recently. And they were very upfront with me about it, too. They said, you can do this part, and it won't be very expensive right now, but we're going to have to do something. And I said, just do the whole job. You could, you know, they're great explaining things to you. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Find a store near you by going to bigotires.com.
Non-stop.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Gel. G-E-L, gel. And now to use the word in a sentence, LeVar and LeGrand are here to show you how Utahns speak. Listen carefully for the word gel. Our word today was supplied by a famed Utah attorney who has undoubtedly heard this word used more times in his life than he cares to remember. The word again is gel.
Hey, LeGrand, how's tricks?
What? How's what?
Tricks. You know, things. How's things? How's it going with you? How's tricks?
Oh, how's it going? I got you. How's it going?
I asked you first.
What?
How it's going, that's what. I just asked how's it going, then you... Never mind. What's wrong with you?
Well, sure. I mean, no doubt I'm just fine. I'm a little distracted, maybe. Who wants to know?
Never mind. What's got you so distracted, LeGrand?
Well, I was speaking on the phone with my uncle down to Moab. My Uncle LeGrand.
I'm LeVar, you're LeGrand. That's the...
So's my uncle.
Huh?
Yeah, LeGrand Peterson. He owns a small gravel pit down to Moab.
Wait a second. Ain't you LeGrand Peterson?
No, I'm LeGrand Peterson. He's Peter S-E-N, I'm Peter S-O-N.
Well, hell, that's confusing.
Not to us. But anywho, he wants me to come down to Moab, help him catch some appliance dumpers.
Some what?
Someone has been dumping old appliances into his gravel pit, and he can't catch them. There's like 10 old fridges there and more every couple of days. So my uncle, LeGrand, will have to pay to have them all hauled away. And that's going to get expensive. But if he can catch who's doing it, maybe he can get reimbursed. And if not, well, he's just going to have them thrown in jail.
I guess illegal dumping can get you jail time.
It's jailable, all right. So long as the jails down there ain't full.
Yep.
But I got a few things to take care of first. Hey, LeVar, I just noticed your hair looks kind of different. You using some kind of junk in it?
Yes, my wife made me try it. It's some kind of new hair gel.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Follow Carrie Jackson on Twitter at RFHCarrie. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
Okay, it is 7:49. Let's award round one of your boners.
Now, I can recap them here, but I don't have the results yet. You might have the producer's booth send me the results of the voting, okay? We have boner candidate number one, which was nice job with the fireworks fireworks folks. 3 people and 1 parent, 3 teenagers and 1 parent charged with 12K acre fire in southern Utah. Number 2, the suspect was either Chip or Dale. It's a Louisiana man dressed as a chipmunk robbing a pharmacy. And number 3, Kerry Jackson's longtime nemesis, under the microscope, HGTV, having Ty Pennington come back to ruin people's lives with his home makeovers.
That's brought to you in part by...
Oh, yeah, the Boner brought to you in part by, let's see, we had delicious kind of Greek chicken and vegetables last night.
And Moochie's would like to thank their loyal customers for supporting their locally owned and operated stores. Moochie's is offering free delivery or pickup within designated areas. Call your local Moochie's to order.
James won a share of that Boner T-shirt that we have in the studio. And the winner was Boner candidate number 1. Nice job with the fireworks, folks.
All right, there you go. That one goes forward to Boner Fight. Might be Boner of the Day. Round 2 happening at 8:20. We get another winner there with 3 different candidates. And we'll take them both forward to Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. I think the mayor is on the phone.
Mayor Mendenhall, are you there?
Good morning. I'm here.
Hi. Where to start?
Let's start with the dump.
Okay. I like the dump.
The dump. Okay.
You're not supposed
from there.
You're not supposed to call it the dump anymore, though. You aren't. You're supposed to. It's the landfill.
Is that
the
it?
landfill. Thank
All
you.
right.
The county and the city, who jointly own the landfill, we've decided to extend that free tipping for residents in Salt Lake County through the end of day on Saturday. That's when the landfill closes for the weekend. So we've had it free so that people could bring their storm debris since that storm on September 7th and 8th. Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue just through this weekend.
Is there some confusion maybe about what crap from the storm you're responsible for and the city's responsible for? Is there a confusion there?
I'm sure that there always has been and probably always will be, but we created a damage form on slc.gov so people can go on and say and fill out a pretty simple questionnaire about where the tree was growing. If it was in a park strip, then it's the city's. Mm-hmm. If it's in a park or something else, obviously it's ours. But if that tree was growing on your property in your yard, then it's your responsibility to have the tree cut up. But the big announcement that came out yesterday is that the city, which we don't usually do, is going to take care of those. I'm sorry, I really got a frog in my throat.
No, yeah, that's if you got
it's
a glass
actually
of...
not an emotional.
Get a glass of water. Get a glass of water there or something.
I'll have a strong sip of coffee.
Okay. Hot tea with honey and lemon would be.
So.
Anyway.
So we're picking up those private tree storm debris, which isn't something we've ever done in the past, but we recognize there's about 3,000 trees down just in Salt Lake City proper, and people need help getting rid of those. So if you can't make it out to the landfill, you can haul your private storm debris, which really, we're just talking trees, people, not that old car in your backyard.
That sink that you've had laying around.
We're not going to take your kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Haul it out to the curb this weekend, and starting on Monday, over the next couple of weeks, our crews will be out there throughout the city picking those up.
It is astonishing the amount of debris. Man, it's amazing.
I did hear you yesterday, Mayor, talking about storm debris. People might be thinking, well, I had some shingles blow off my house or my fence fell down. That it doesn't count that stuff either, correct?
No, it doesn't count that stuff. But if people need extra brown cans, those yard waste cans, or if they need extra regular landfill green cans that we put out, they can go to that same slc.gov, and there's an FAQ page they can click on with the phone numbers, and we'll bring out extra cans for you for that non-tree storm debris.
Well, all right. Let's see. COVID in Salt Lake. So we're in the county and the city. We're still holding pretty good compared to some other areas.
It's been a dicey last 10 days or so. And we saw that spike as the whole state did over the last week. Mm-hmm. It dropped down in the last 4 days. It was up again yesterday. I'm in close contact with Mayor Wilson. I requested that the county go to orange, but as she's been speaking publicly about, they're trying to make sure that that is really the most effective tool at addressing why we have this increase right now. So put your masks on, people, wherever you are.
How is this? We just started this open streets downtown thing. What's your assessment of that? How that's going and opening it up for dining and outdoor dining?
We're glad that the Downtown Alliance wanted to do it. We know that outside activation is our safest and best bet, especially while the weather is still good. We want people to come in to the downtown and come to the businesses that are open in a safe way. And in Salt Lake City, you've really got some exceptional businesses that are practicing the best standards around public health and safety that you can find. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, then let us know, let the health department know. But we want you to come into the downtown. But, with this spike in the cases, we will keep watching that. We'll keep talking to the public health experts. And at this point, still looks like a great thing to do over each weekend in September.
And then the flag. Are we ready with this?
Yes. Yes.
Where are we on the flag for the city?
It's happening on Tuesday at the City Council. So yes, I know, finally. The flag has been chosen, the one design, and I sent it along to the council, and you will see that design shortly.
And will we be able to purchase flags or T-shirts with the flag or any kind of flag
Gina wants merch.
She wants flag merch.
Yes, I know that the city has never been a flag merch vendor specifically, but I know we have some great flag producers locally, and we will be sure to get you a flag.
Now I know you don't want writing on the flag, but could I just suggest as a last-minute addition?
Why won't you give up on this?
Salt Lake, maybe you'll go for this. Salt Lake City committed to the peaceful transfer of power. How about that? Could we do that? Maybe?
That we are.
All right.
Okay. Mayor Aaron Mendenhall.
It's going to be subliminal on there, though.
Always a pleasure to talk to you. Will you be live streaming the event, the flag unveiling?
Always. All city council meetings are live streamed, and they draw thousands and thousands of spectators. So.
Yeah. All right. Nice talking to you as always. Please stay safe, and we'll talk again next week.
Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Thank you very much. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Traffic, Gina, please.
Crash northbound I-15 43rd South in Murray, off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound 7th East 35th South, although that was a little while ago. It's probably cleared up. Maybe you know better than I do, or UDOT. Maybe you're in the thick of it. If you are, text it to us, 33986, and I will pass it along to other friends of the program. You can be really helpful with that. Protect your home and family with a security system from Mountain Alarm, Utah security experts. Visit mountainalarm.com or call 801-395-8700.
Okay, we got Sean Means talking movies coming up right after this. Also, round 2 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by. Gina, Mountain Alarm, Fire and Security.
Yeah, I was just giving you their website and phone number to call. And you should really do that. If you mention X96, you could receive $100 off any new or upgraded security system. I've had them install a security system in my home because we had some issues in our neighborhood with people breaking into garages and cars and things. And I wanted the full thing. I want the cameras. I want to be able to run it all from my phone. It's just an easy app. Where I can do everything from looking at the different cameras to changing the temperature in my house to locking doors or unlocking them. Say you need someone to come over to your house and you're not home, maybe a repairman or something. You can do it right from your phone. You can watch the camera, see them go in, go out. It's so easy. Call them. It's a family-owned company. They've been around since 1952. Mountain Alarm, 801-395-8700 or mountainalarm.com.
I had a bizarre experience yesterday.
What?
So I don't order a lot of stuff from Amazon, but my gosh, it's really convenient. You know?
I was going to say, why not?
I mean, I don't know why I don't do it more, but it's
because it hurts local businesses.
Yeah, I'd rather shop locally.
That's the reason you shouldn't.
I'd rather shop locally, but there were every once in a while there's a specialty item I can't find, or I can't find. Maybe it's some clothing I can't find the right size or whatever. So anyway, I ordered this item. It doesn't matter what it was from Amazon. It was $10, and it was free shipping because I'd have Amazon Prime. So, and then the way they track the packages, man, it's really slick. I mean, they say, okay, the package is left here, and now it's here, and now it's here, and then they say the package has been delivered to your house. It's on your front porch, and it was there at 3:15.
Yeah.
So when it said that, I went out and there was no package, and I'm looking around. I go, there's no package anywhere, but clearly it said 3:15. So I got a hold of Amazon, and they said, well. I said, maybe it just got delivered. It must have just gotten delivered somewhere else. And they said, well, we'll just refund your money. And I said, well, I don't know. Should I wait a day or two? Well, you could, but we'll just refund your money. And we'll give you a $5 credit for your trouble. And I said, okay, thanks. And then I thought, I'm not going to order that thing again anyway. I'll go try and find it somewhere else. So yesterday, the woman next door comes over and says, here, this was delivered to my house. Now, that Amazon has already said they're going to credit my account for $10. So she comes over and says, here, this package was delivered here accidentally. It's for you. It's the missing item. So my decision then is, do I keep it and steal $10 from Amazon? Or no, I don't. So
now you're on record.
Right. Well,
this is the radio bill?
So I say to myself, no, of course I don't. And I called them. It was such a hassle to get them to take $10 back from me. I was on the phone for a half an hour. It's like they couldn't figure out how to do it practically.
Nobody's ever called to give us money back.
I said, I just don't want to cheat you out of this $10. Well, okay. It's like
we're not used to people.
It's just $10.
Doing the right thing.
I mean, I was on hold for 20 minutes while this woman tried to figure out how to. She wasn't quite. So either she was inept or it just doesn't happen. I don't know. But what a hassle to to give them back their $10. And I hope I still get my $5 credit.
I'm sure you will.
I hope.
On Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. X96.
All right.
Making fun of the way poor Mike Tyson talks.
Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Yes, Dr. Volt's Comic Connection has everything you're looking for. Comics, anime, cards, games, action figures. Find them at 20th East, 33rd South. It's Dr. Volt's Comic Connection.
All right.
Well, here he is. He is Sean Means, the film critic extraordinaire and culture writer for the Salt Lake Tribune. You can read Sean's writings at sltrib.com. Follow him on Twitter if you like. What do you tweet as, Sean?
Sean P. Means.
Sean P. Means. And then collected works at moviecricket.net.
Net. Yeah.
All right. So, is it you've only seen 2 movies this time?
Yep. I had other things going on this weekend. So this last weekend. So my screening time was limited.
Yeah.
But it's also we're still in this weird nether region of there's a lot of little stuff coming out either in a few theaters or on demand, or on video on demand, or or coming to Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's difficult.
Where do you stand on that? I mean, I don't think you did a review, for instance, of that Being John Malkovich guy's movie. I'm Thinking of Ending It All. You didn't do a review of that, did you?
I didn't, and part of that was a matter of time management, and I maybe picked the wrong movies that week because Leslie and I did watch the I'm Thinking of Ending Things later, and we really liked it.
You did like it,
but
okay.
yeah, but it's also that Netflix falls into that weird region between is it movies or is it a TV thing, and should I do it or should Scott Pierce do it? So we run into that sometimes. But the one Netflix thing this week that I haven't watched yet, but I'm looking forward to is Enola Holmes, which is this like if Sherlock Holmes had a teenage sister.
Really?
And
if Sherlock Holmes were hunky Henry Cavill.
Oh, is that who Holmes is?
Yeah, Enola is played by Millie Bobby Brown, so this is her cashing in her Stranger Things chip. And Helena Bonham Carter plays their mother, and yes, Henry Cavill plays Sherlock. So, and of course she's as brainy as the rest of them, but spirited and feisty because she's a girl.
Yeah.
So it actually looks a good deal of fun. So, so the 2 I did get to see this week. The first one is called The Artist's Wife, and in synopsis it sounds very familiar. You have an aging painter, sort of getting ready for his last great, art gallery exhibition, played by Bruce Dern.
Okay.
And then his somewhat younger wife, second wife, played by Lena Olin. And she's noticing that he's getting more irascible than usual, and then has to deal with the diagnosis from the doctor that he is in early mid stages of Alzheimer's. So there now becomes a deadline of getting him ready for the big show, and
before he clouds.
Before he clouds and can't realize what's going on.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's and the wife's main concern at the moment is to try to reunite him with his estranged daughter from their first marriage, played by Juliet Rylance, and the sort of emotional stuff going on there.
Yeah.
A lot of that plays very very movie of the week sort of thing, very predictable melodrama. But the acting is really good. Bruce Dern, of course, is great.
Well, nobody plays demented, old, confused guy better than him.
Crotchety old guy, better than Bruce Dern. One of the weirder things in this is that there's a bit of off the wall commentary about the art scene, and mostly you get this from this one avant-garde video artist played by Stephanie Powers.
Stephanie Powers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Heart to heart.
You haven't seen it in a little while.
Well.
Heart to heart. Yes. And here's the thing. She does something in this movie I don't think she's ever done before. A full frontal nude scene.
What?
What? Hey, ho,
Oh,
ho,
hey.
hey.
Ho! Holy mackerel.
Okay.
Very brief, just for a couple seconds. It should be noted, Stephanie Powers is 77 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for her then.
I'm checking this out.
What's the the Amy Schumer joke? The last word you want to hear when somebody describes your nude photo is brave.
Yeah.
Brave.
But hey, for 77, I gotta say, not bad.
Okay.
The Lena Olin, her performance is great. Bruce Dern is great. So it's very well acted. And the director, the guy's name is Tom Dolby. He's the son of Ray Dolby, the sound engineer, pioneer. And it's based a little bit on, and it's inspired by at least Ray Dolby's battle with Alzheimer's. So it's very the details feel very authentic.
All right.
It's very personal. So
You liked it
3 stars
okay?
for that movie.
3 stars. All
I
right.
liked it okay. 3 stars.
Now
But
you're
the
giving,
artist was, yeah.
you're going to give 4 stars to this next one, and you
It's
don't
been a
pass
while.
out. You don't pass out 4 stars very often.
I am parsimonious. I am stingy. It really has to bring it for me to give it a 4. This is called Cajillionaire. This is the latest from Miranda July, the polymath performance artist, writer, movie maker. And this is probably the best thing she's done since her first movie, Me and You and Everyone We Know, which is one of the few undeniable masterpieces ever to come out of the Sundance Film Festival. In this one, we have a family. We have 2 older parents, played by Richard Jenkins and Deborah Winger, and their adult daughter, played by Evan Rachel Wood. And they are grifters. They are con artists. They do these little scams and schemes all through their day just to sort of get by in life. And when they try a slightly bigger scheme, which involves flying somewhere and then flying back, acting like they don't know each other, and pulling some grift at the baggage carousel so they can get the travel insurance money, they run into they meet up with a new person played by Gina Rodriguez, and she sort of shakes up the dynamic of these 3 people, and it is mostly centered on the daughter, on the Evan Rachel Wood character, realizing first off that the parents are treating this new girl much more affectionately than any sort of parental affection that they've given her, and also her character, Evan Rachel Wood, is dealing with never really setting what her gender identity is or her sexual orientation, and realizing that she might actually be attracted to the Gina Rodriguez character. It is very eccentric, as Miranda July's movies are. It gets a lot into the idea of what one's own identity is versus what one puts out to everybody else, and the way everybody else treats you. Evan Rachel Wood gives an amazing performance here. She talks in this very low, deep voice, which, according to interviews I read, is what Evan Rachel Wood actually talks like in her natural voice. Everything you see on Westworld and whatnot is her acting. So
interesting.
You have to go with it for a little while. You may not be sure where it's going, but when you get to the end, the final scene of this movie is one of the most sort of amazingly beautiful, heartbreaking moments in a movie.
Really?
And when it hits, it's just like knocks you over like a ton of bricks. So, this is playing at the Megaplex theaters, and I'm always cautious about recommending anybody go out to a movie theater right now. This is a choice. This is your choice, not my choice. But if you want to just wait a while, this will roll around on home video, and you can watch it then. But Cajillionaire, this is just a beautiful movie, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. So 4 stars.
All right. Way to go, Sean. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Talk to you next week.
Talk to you.
4 stars. Okay. Traffic, Gina, please.
It's a crash on the on-ramp from 72nd South to I-15 southbound in Midvale. Fire engine is blocking the right lane, and traffic is getting by on the left. And what do you see? Tell me about it. Text it, 33986. Scott Hale is offering a preseason furnace and AC tune-up for just $54. Call Scott Hale, 801-264-HALE.
All right.
Let's see. We've got
Round one.
boners.
Round two. Excuse me,
round
round two.
The candidates will be, number one, the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. Number two, don't let Trump hear about this. And number three, Dr. Unhelpful.
All right, round two of your boners, big boy news, all coming up after these. Stand by. UtahAdvocates.com is the website. You can go there and for free ask a lawyer a question about a case that you might have.
Yeah, maybe you've been injured by a distracted driver. Perhaps you've had a fall on someone else's property, and you know that it's not your fault.
Maybe your insurance isn't coming through like you think they should.
Absolutely. Or you've been bitten by a dog. They handle all these kinds of things at the Advocates.
When you're injured, you want to focus on getting better. Let the Advocates handle everything else.
They'll take your call, as Carrie said, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for free, 801-355-5550. Or if you're shy, you can go online and chat with an attorney 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But speak to an experienced attorney at no cost and they won't charge you anything unless they take your case and win it. So it's the Advocates, 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
All right, we're going to wrap things up with Ask a CG Artist here real quick. I'm going to put you on the spot. You say you had a friend who's worked on the Thor movie.
He is, by the way, John Patrick Rooney, who is a CG artist, works out of L.A., but here to visit family.
Yep.
And your friend did the animation of the Destroyer.
More so modeling and texturing, not
the animation.
The animation of it.
But he helped build the character. The Destroyer is
exactly.
like this
In
giant...
what movie
in
is it?
Thor.
Oh.
He's like this giant killer robot
Just coming out this summer.
that destroys a town.
He also did, it's my roommate, and he did the hammer for Thor that you see at the end of Iron Man and this one as well.
Do you guys have girlfriends?
Sometimes.
Listen, with all the dough they're pulling down...
No, I asked because, they
or
are
boyfriends.
Or boyfriends.
No,
I
no
don't...
boyfriends.
Listen,
They're on the computer
You take
all
a girl.
day.
You take a girl to Iron Man 2, and you say, "Wait till the end. Wait till the end." And when that hammer shows up, you say, "I did that." You're in.
No,
You're
I'm not
in.
saying. I'm saying it sounds like they are chained to a computer a lot of the time.
I have to say, I've had one relationship go south because I was working.
That's all
kind
I'm
of insane
saying.
hours. It was a good Ogden girl too, living in L.A.
A good Ogden
Yeah,
girl.
good. I know.
There's no such thing.
In a good in a bad way.
Yeah,
Right.
good in a
Bad in a good
bad
way.
in a good way. That's all
Good Ogden girl. Let's see. A quick software question from Nick. Let's see. Go ahead, Nick.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
Maya, I guess, is the standard. How does 3D Max compare?
3D Max is a standard for a lot of things, a lot of car commercials and things like that, and video games use 3D Max, but more and more Maya is becoming more of a standard. I hate modeling in 3D Max. It drives me nuts.
Now, you were saying that if I were just to buy the Maya program, it was how much again?
I'm not sure, but it's like over 1,000.
Over 1,000?
Almost
1,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Almost what?
4,000.
Almost 4,000.
Well, 3,999.
That's almost.
Close, yeah.
Almost.
It sounds to me like if this is what you're gonna do, it might be worth it to invest in that.
Yeah.
All right.
You can use those programs if you go to a school. They have them available.
This is true, and I know even up at the U they have those programs available. and it's all part of your fees.
Here's a question without getting too political. How is your health insurance as an independent contractor?
It's a bottle of Advil.
Somebody wants to know, where's my holodeck?
Yeah, that was my next question. Where's my damn holodeck?
Yeah, I'm working on it, so
all right.
Any requests?
And here's the final question, which I think is the best one. This is, do you have to be good at math?
No, you don't.
Perfect.
But sometimes I've used some trigonometry and
don't you need
scripts
that
and
for,
things like
for
that.
Architecture, don't you?
Yeah, sort of.
Trigonometry.
If people want to see some of the stuff, is there a place that people can go? Do you have a website where they can see your demo?
I have my demo reel on Vimeo, but it's just you can go ahead and email me at johnpatrickrooney@gmail.com, and I will send you an email with some info.
John Patrick Rooney, Irish?
Yes.
Oh. Irish question mark?
John Patrick Rooney @gmail.com.
St. Patrick's Day Parade Saturday, you know.
All right, I'll stop by.
All right.
Radio from Hell on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. X96.
8:22 right now, and it is time for round two of your boners. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round one's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll take both of the winners of each round and put them against each other. At 9:20 this morning is when you will decide boner of the day with Boner Fight. Right now, send one of these 3 candidates forward, champion of round 2. Here we go. 2 candidates now. A third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Yes, you will receive, because it will be emailed to you. An electronic gift certificate to Diversion Eatery. Go to diversioneatery.com to see their menu.
Boner candidate number 1, the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. Kate Goslin, accused of zip-tying her 16-year-old son Colin to a chair and forcing him to sleep in a closet.
Oh, jeez.
These actions allegedly led the teen to develop post-traumatic stress disorder, according to a new report. The reality television star accused in court documents of physically and emotionally abusing Colin. A story from the Daily Mail claims the outlet noted that the claims were submitted to the Pennsylvania court amid an ongoing... How long ago was this show on? dispute custody between Kate and ex-husband John Gosselin.
Well, if he's 16, the show started when she was right after she had all the baby.
What was the name of that show again?
Kate and Nate, something. They had 8 kids.
Me and 8 and Kate. And,
yeah.
Conlon, the kid, reportedly told a court-appointed therapist that his mother treated him differently than his siblings, subjecting him to strange and humiliating punishments, including tying him to a chair and making him sleep in a closet in the basement. The newspaper reported that the treatment had a significant psychological impact on him, leading him to develop a disorder. That show's been off the air for a long time, and they still appear on talk shows. They still have this drama playing out. It's the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. Boner candidate number 1.
Yeah, John and Kate plus 8. That was the name.
Yeah, and they are 2 horrible people, both of them. Here's boner candidate number 2. Don't let Trump hear about this. In Dar es Salaam, coronavirus test kits used in Tanzania were dismissed as faulty by the president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, on Sunday because he said they returned positive test results that were on samples taken from a goat and on a pawpaw, which is a kind of a fruit. Magufuli, whose government has already drawn criticism for being secretive about the coronavirus outbreak and has previously asked Tanzanians to pray the coronavirus away, said the kits had technical errors. The COVID-19 testing kits had been imported from abroad, Magufuli said during an event in Chato in the northwest of Tanzania. Although he did not give any further details, the president said he instructed Tanzanian security forces to check the quality of those kits. They had randomly obtained several non-human samples, including from a pawpaw, a goat, and a sheep, but had assigned them human names and ages. These samples were submitted to Tanzania's laboratory to test for the coronavirus, with the lab technicians deliberately unaware of their origins. Samples from the pawpaw and the goat tested positive, the president said, adding that meant it was likely that some people being tested positive when in fact they were not infected with coronavirus at all. This is something happening. I said before, we should not accept that every aid is meant to be good for this nation, he said. As of Sunday, Tanzania had recorded 480 cases of COVID-19, 17 deaths. But unlike most other African countries, Dar es Salaam sometimes goes for days without collecting any samples or doing any updates.
So those numbers are not accurate.
Magufuli also said he was sending a plane to collect a cure being promoted by Madagascar's president. It's an herbal mix. It had not yet undergone internationally recognized testing, but I'm communicating with Madagascar, he said. They've got a medicine. We will send a flight there, and the medicine will be brought into the country. And we will, listen, don't let Trump hear about any of this. I swear to God, sometime today or tomorrow, you're going to hear him say, listen, I understand they tested a pawpaw, and it came back.
Yes.
See, the pawpaw was tested, and it came back positive.
Not many people know that's a fruit, but I know it's a fruit.
This story is being passed around by your crazy uncle on Facebook to prove to you that these tests don't work.
Absolutely.
That's how it's being interpreted.
Boner candidate number 2. Don't let Trump hear about this. Understand a pawpaw, it's a kind of a fruit there in Tanzania.
It's extremely misleading.
So they're in Tanzania. Where are they? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Dr. Unhelpful.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2, right after this big boy news and a Pinuendo, brought to you by...
If you've been injured by someone else's negligence, whether out walking, cycling, or driving, you deserve an advocate. This is what they do every day, guide you through the process. Speak with an attorney online 24/7 at utahodvocates.com.
Coming back for season 3 on Netflix, David Letterman's My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. What a great gig he's got here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the previous two seasons of this show, he did like 6 or 8, I think. Yes, 6. He did 6 interviews. That was a season.
But they're all really big name people.
Yeah. Well, this season, he's doing only 4. So what a good gig. I mean, really, what a nice gig for David. I mean, he's earned it, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I, for one, think he looks magnificent with that beard.
His crazy mountain man beard?
Well, it's not crazy, though. If you look at it, it's very well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a,
It's got oils and conditioners.
He's cultivated it.
Yeah. So the four guests that he will have, this will premiere October 21st. Pretty big names: Kim Kardashian, Dave Chappelle, Robert Downey Jr., and Lizzo.
Oh, why Kim Kardashian?
Because
she doesn't.
Because you don't know. Because all you know about Kim Kardashian is she looks concerned on her way to a meeting. You don't
we know too.
really.
No, we know too much. There's been 14 seasons of that damn show.
But none of
we
it's
know
real.
way too much about her.
None of it's real. None of it's real. I think he's going to ask her real stuff about her life.
I'll watch all of them but that one.
And then, if something unusual comes out of that and surprising, I will apologize to you, Bill.
Yeah,
I think it will. I think you'll be quite interested in what the real Kim Kardashian is like. Tom Cruise and director Doug Lindman, they're firming this up with Elon Musk. I've got to take a drink of water here, and they're going to do a movie in outer space for sure. Tom Cruise is going to go to outer space.
They're going to shoot some of it in outer space.
Mm-hmm.
For reals.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be quite what, if we're going to do it in outer space, I think they may put Tom Cruise in a capsule and shoot him into space.
2 hours of a movie in space.
No.
The one of the upcoming Fast and the Furious sequels is going to be in space.
But not for real.
Well, I don't know.
Well, they have been quite real in the past, where they're jumping cars from building to building.
And how they're going to use that car that Elon Musk shot into space. They're just going to use that.
How are they going to get that? How are they going to get that back, Gina? How are they going to get that back?
Well, and how this came about was just the producer and one of the writers were just joking one day. He said, "Yeah, one of these times we got to go to space." Just kidding, But somebody overheard that and went,
On top of a mask mandate just issued for Utah County, areas of the county have also been asked to limit gathering sizes and keep children from congregating in groups. The Utah Department of Health reported 877 new cases of COVID-19 on Wednesday, bringing the state's total to 65,921 infections since mid-March. So in Utah County, it's very strong, very big spikes in cases. Orem and Provo were moved by state health officials to the orange or moderate level of restriction. That means limit gatherings of people to 20 or fewer. Children should not have play dates with kids from other families and should not go to playgrounds. Gyms and fitness centers must close unless proper physical distancing is maintained and cleaning processes are happening. Public swimming pools can be open, but only for lap swimming. Restaurants should encourage carry-out and delivery business, and hotels and motels are operating under extreme precaution. And this is just really upsetting people in Utah County.
Well, then they should, if it's upsetting, all the more reason to wear masks and get it under control. This should embolden you to.
Here's a great move that the mayor of Provo is. We've got this fund, and we're going to give out little certificates for goodie bags and free meals and stuff like that to encourage people to wear masks. If
you really think someone that's not wearing a mask, if you give them a goodie bag?
Yeah. That's
what will get them to wear masks is you have to wear masks if you want to participate in society. That will get them to wear a mask.
We'll get
a goodie bag is not going to.
We'll get you a free apple pie with your Big Mac if you come on. Murray residents are being warned to be on the lookout for mountain lions. According to a Facebook post from the Murray Police Department, there have been multiple cougar sightings in the city over the past few weeks. The most recent in the early morning hours of Tuesday this week.
Why Murray? That seems like a random place for them all to be
13th East and 5600 South. They're coming down through there's some canyon or drainage there somewhere that they're coming down. Murray police advising residents to keep their kids inside before dusk.
Wow.
Keep pets indoors at night, and don't approach any mountain lion that you might see.
Now, wearing a mask isn't going to do anything to help you with the mountain lion. This is a different threat. Masks won't help here.
Donald Trump has turned a question about the Breonna Taylor situation in Kentucky into instead of addressing the lack of indictments in the police killing, the president insisted nobody's done more for black people than him except Lincoln. So he did it again. There are many things a president could have said when he heard about he could have encouraged people to be peaceful, to be mindful and watchful of each other's. He could have offered an expression of comfort to Breonna Taylor's family, perhaps. Could have urged people to be calm. His message is, I love the black community, and I've done more for the black community than any other president, I say, with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, and I mean that with opportunity zones and criminal justice reform, with prison reform, with what we've done historically, black universities, colleges, schools, what we've done, nobody's done before. Abraham Lincoln, let's give him the nod, but beyond that, nobody's done more than me. That was his reaction.
Perfect opportunity to be presidential there, and he blew it.
Quit expecting him to not be Donald Trump, because he's always Donald Trump.
More than 200 retired generals and admirals have endorsed Joe Biden for president. Some of these generals served under Trump.
Yep. You mean disgruntled employees, former employees?
And Gene will be sorry if I don't do this story quickly. A Massachusetts man died last year from eating an excessive amount of black licorice. The unusual case was reported in the New England Journal of Medicine, detailing how the man consumed a bag and a half of the candy every day for 2 weeks prior to his death. Licorice contains glutaric acid. Yes, that's glutaric acid, which can deplete potassium levels and contribute to heart rhythm problems. Even a small amount of licorice that you eat can increase your blood pressure a little bit. If you eat a bag and a half a day for days and days and days and days on end, you're going to end up with black licorice overdose.
All right. Sports weather traffic.
Real Salt Lake came into Wednesday's matchup against LA Galaxy badly needing a win at home, and they got it. They beat the Galaxy 2-0 in front of about 4,000 fans at Rio Tinto. They will be on the road this Sunday. I believe that one's in Minnesota. And because of the orange situation in Provo and Orem, Provo High School is supposed to have their homecoming football game. And they said, well, you can have your game in Provo, but your parents and friends and students can't attend. And Provo High School went, but we want people to come. And Spanish Fork High School, can we come down to your high school and have it there? If you're living in an orange place, you're orange wherever you go. That means you would take your risk level to Spanish Fork. Provo High School football team. Thank goodness the Nebo School District saw the error of the original decision and said, yeah, no, you can't come down here and play. So you're going to have a homecoming game with no spectators. Sorry. Weather, it's going to be hot today and hazy. We still have quite smoky skies. We're dealing with 89 for a high today, but it will cool down over the weekend into the mid and upper 70s, actually. Traffic, a friend of the program says, We got debris in the road, HVAC material scattered all over 3 left lanes, I-15 south just before the 45th south exit. Traffic was coming to a dead stop in those lanes before slowly proceeding over the debris. So thank you for sending...
That would be free HVAC material, Gina.
Yes. 33986 if you see any more of that. Grass fire, I-15 southbound just after Warm Springs Road in Salt Lake. Fires on the right shoulder. No crews on the site yet to knock it down, so that could be affecting traffic there. Crash on the on-ramp 72nd south to go I-15 southbound in Midvale. There's a fire engine on the scene, and traffic is getting by on the left there. Speaking of HVAC, Scott Hale is offering a preseason furnace and AC tune-up for just $54. Call Scott Hale, 801-264-HALE.
Here's boner candidate number 3, Dr. Unhelpful. Thyroid... Yeah, I think that Thyroid. It's Thyroid Taylor. He is the first-string quarterback, supposedly, for the Los Angeles Chargers. Well, on Sunday, he was scratched from the game. He couldn't play against Kansas City because he had complications from a pain-killing injection. More information on that injection was revealed by ESPN's Adam Schefter. Apparently, the doctor who administered the painkiller gave him a shot in his, so he had some cracked ribs. So it's not uncommon. You could give him a cortisone shot or something in that area to kill the pain so that you can play football. I have problems with that to begin with, but that's what the doctor did. But the doctor who administered this pain-killing injection punctured his lung. And now the NFL is looking into the incident. The painkillers were administered to help Mr. Taylor fight off pain from a cracked rib. He was transported to the hospital as a result of the mistake and has since been released. The rookie quarterback who filled in for him did very well against the Chiefs, but despite his performance, Coach Anthony Lynn has continued to say Taylor will be this team's starting quarterback, but they don't know how serious this lung puncture is. And I don't know. They haven't said what's going to happen with this doctor, but he's certainly Dr. Unhelpful, boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. Kate Gosselin, from that show, Kate and John and Plus 8, or whatever it was, on reality TV. She's now accused of abusing one of the kids she had as her, what was it, septuplets? With bizarre and humiliating punishments. Boner candidate number 2, don't let Trump hear about this. The president of Tanzania saying, listen, these COVID tests are not good. One of them tested positive COVID on a pawpaw and on a goat. I have a secret medicine I'm sending from Madagascar. And boner candidate number 3, Dr. Unhelpful.
Here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one should go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that number, that single digit is all we need in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online, x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting September 23, 2020, and vote there. You have until the end of these messages to do so. Don't forget, this is just round 2. We'll take both of our champions and put them against each other at 9:20 next hour for Boner Fight. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day for real. All right. Big O Tires.
Big O Tires, the team you trust. Now, $150 off a set of Big O brand tires. Through October 11th, right? So make sure you take advantage of that. Also know that Big O Tires is more than just tires. They do brakes and shocks and alignments. And proper alignment for your car is very important in terms of gas mileage and tire wear and all of that. And generally, you go into a Big O Tire store and you say, well, you check the alignment? Sure, no problem. Also, Big O Tires will give you personal attention. Really, find the store near you by going to bigotires.com and then make yourself a regular visitor there when you need stuff for your car. They get to know you, and they give you great, great service. Big O Tires is the team you trust. You can find a store near you by going to bigotires.com. That's bigotires.com.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
I got caught in an embarrassing moment this morning.
Oh, good. I can't wait to hear.
Here at work. Already, I've been at work about an hour now, and already caught in an embarrassing moment.
Are you saving it?
No, I'll tell you right now. I came in the back door, as I always do. I kind of hope Chris is listening. I don't know Chris's last name.
Mancow.
Yeah, Chris Mancow.
Sure.
Yeah. So Chris is a board operator here in the building, and he tends to another radio station. He's a very nice guy, very quiet guy, very shy, I believe. Mm-hmm. Probably if he's hearing this, is embarrassed to hell that I'm even mentioning him on the radio. He's a very shy guy. So I come in the building this morning, and I'm walking down the long corridor there, and there down at the end of the corridor is a copy machine. And on the copy machine is sitting a big, it's like a briefcase, suitcase kind of thing.
Okay.
It looks like a toolbox, but not metal. It's a cord, fabric kind of stuff. What do they call that? Cordova. No, anyway. So it's a big case with buckles on it and everything. And it's sitting there it's just out of place. It's odd. I've never seen it sitting there before. It's sitting, what is that? I think to myself. So then
How curious were you?
I open it up and start rifling through it. Look at this. Look at this. And I mean, there was nothing particularly strange.
Wait a minute, you saw someone's luggage lying around and you just opened it?
Well, yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the announcements at the airport?
Or anything from the Dick Van Dyke Show?
God.
And I thought in my mind, maybe the reason I opened it is I thought, I wonder if because it looks like one of those things that the copy guy brings with his tools in it.
Okay.
To repair the copier. But I start going through it, and it's obviously somebody's briefcase. It's got some CDs in there, library books. There's an orange in it. I went through it pretty extensive. No, I didn't.
Sounds like you cataloged all of the stuff in there.
This is all stuff that I could sort of see right there. And as I'm kind of going through it, Chris comes up the hall the other way and goes, "Hey, that's mine." And I went, "Oh,
I'm sorry."
I thought it was the copy guys.
Because if it was the copy guys, that would have been okay to go.
Well, it was my duty to investigate as a junior TSA trainee.
TSA, which really does mean to stand around. I'm just convinced of it.
No, so sorry. I apologize to Chris, and I'll apologize again. But just we're standing there going through his stuff, and here comes the shyest guy in the building, going, "Hey."
X96.3 and X96.com.
Follow Bill Allred on Twitter at RFHBill. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, it's 8:50. Time to award round 2 of your boners.
Yeah, and it's brought to you in part by some grilled vegetables.
And Thursday is family night at Diversion Eatery. Get a 16-inch pizza, 10 wings, and a big green salad, all for just $25 with the promo code FAMILYDEAL. Located at 535 North 3rd West and online at diversioneatery.com.
Boner candidate number 1 was the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. John and Kate plus 8, reality show star Kate Goslin, now accused of abusing one of her kids, Colin, with bizarre and humiliating punishments. Boner candidate number 2, don't let Trump hear about this. The president of Tanzania questioning coronavirus kits because, well, I heard that some of them tested positive on a goat and a pawpaw, but I know the president of Madagascar, he has a secret formula that will cure coronavirus, and I'm sending a plane for some of it right now. And boner candidate number 3, Dr. Unhelpful, the team doctor of the the Los Angeles Chargers, who punctured their starting quarterback's lung with a pain-killing injection. I have no idea at this point who won because the results have not been sent to me. Anybody help me? Anybody?
Is that weight or is that number 1?
Weight or number 1?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 won?
Okay.
It was a weight sign, and then it turned into number 1.
Which is the same sign. You're
It
an
should
idiot.
be weight.
You're an idiot, Nick.
See what I'm doing here, x96.com/live. That's weight.
Weight. Yeah.
And then number 1.
Katie trained me on a lot. She didn't train me on the hand signs, so going forward.
Jesse won a Diversion Eatery gift card. Congratulations.
There's your winner of this round, number 1. It now goes forward to Boner Fight. Might be Boner of the Day. Depends on how well it does against the winner of round 1's voting. 9:20 is when Boner Fight happens. That's when you'll decide.
So things are very exciting in my house.
I just like the term chucklehead. Nick's a chucklehead. That's what he is. Why are things exciting in your house?
Well, this is going to get adorable, so hang on.
All right.
Can I just? I have to use the restroom.
So, in my house, my daughter and I have this thing we've done since she was old enough to write, where we keep a journal together and we write back and forth to each other. And it's not every day or every week or every month. Just when we're thinking about things, we write it and then we leave it on the other's nightstand. And then my husband and Mohammed have their own journal that they write back and forth in.
That's in blood.
Same way. And a couple weeks ago, Mohammed wrote to Joe, we haven't done one of our fall fishing trips for a couple of years. I would really like to do one of our fall fishing trips. And he left that on his nightstand. And so for the last, 2 weeks, Joe has been secretly planning a fall fishing trip for Mohammed. And he brought home the trailer last night, and he closed all the blinds on that side of the house, so Mohammed couldn't see the trailer. But it's weird that the blinds are all closed on that side of the house. It was kind of obvious something was being hidden. And so Mohammed peeked and saw the trailer and got all excited. So they are leaving.
I was going to ask, when are they leaving?
They're leaving after school today. So he's home here in the office doing school, and as soon as school's done, they're headed to Fish Lake. Because Joe said, where do you want to go fishing? And Mohammed said, well, Fish Lake, because,
there are fish there.
There are fish there.
Apparently there are fish there. It says it right on it.
It's right in the title.
I don't want to go to No Fish Lake.
I can't find any fish there.
I don't want to go to They're Not Biting Lake.
Fish Lake was usually one that I always got lucky at and was able to catch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when we would go. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I was always the first one to catch something at Fish Lake. I was lucky. And then I would catch my one fish, and then I'd wander over to the Fish Lake Lodge and play video games.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So it'll be just me and Jonesy home for the weekend.
Then you can there can be some furious journal entries. You can write back and forth all weekend. That'll be great. Rather than why can't I go fishing? Because you're a girl. That's why.
She doesn't care about fishing so much. But he got that.
I want to go to They Ain't Biting Lake.
But he's the outdoorsman in the house, so he likes fishing. And then you guys remember he got the duck call.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
So what he's been doing since he got the duck call is watching YouTube videos on specific calls, and he's been practicing.
Please don't tell him that there are elk bugler calls that you can do, and don't ever cue him into elk urine. Don't ever.
So he's been driving his sister absolutely nuts with the duck call. So
not the rest of the family, just his sister?
Well, she's the most vocal about it. So he's been told he can only duck call in the basement. He can't walk through the house with it dangling out of his mouth, practicing the duck calls. So I think she's just going to be glad he'll be gone for the weekend, because that will be gone for the weekend. So
just happy to know you have some sense of regulation in that household. It's not just pure chaos all the time.
You duck call in the basement.
Yeah. That's the duck calling area of the house.
Traffic, Gina.
Let's see. We have a driver alert UDOT wants you to know about. Thursday and Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Monday from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Motorists should expect one-way traffic and travel delays. This is on US 89, about a mile south of the junction with US 6. Crews are replacing a guardrail there. Crash southbound I-15 just north of Center Street in North Salt Lake. The right shoulder affected there. And we've got fire affecting the roadway southbound I-15 milepost 311. That's 2300 north in Salt Lake. The right lane is being affected there. Protect your home and family with a security system from Mountain Alarm, Utah security experts. Visit mountainalarm.com or call 801-395-8700.
Okay, we've got boner fight coming up, a reasonable amount of news. I think Mary Nichols is going to call and check in with us. All coming up. ShamrockPlumbing.net.
Listen, for more than 30 years, Shamrock's been the plumbing contractor that Utahns can trust. I have had them at my house many times to handle plumbing emergencies, as well as just put in new stuff, water softeners, water heaters, that kind of thing, water purification. Shamrock Plumbing, no job too big or too small for them. They do a great job. And they always leave things cleaner and more orderly than they were when they walked in there. They're very meticulous about at Shamrock Plumbing about how they handle being in your house. So don't worry about that. If you have any kind of plumbing job that needs to be done, give them a call. The number is 801-295-1690. That's 295-1690. Or go for more. You can find it on their website, shamrockplumbing.net.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders. Today we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! Butch, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I need to kill that monster before it grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back. Now, Lehigh, wasn't it? If you would just stand back a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What?
I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mac, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch? You okay? Butch, speak to me.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the charbroiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode? Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, you know, these things aren't half bad cooked, you know. Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders!
Now, I saw this story today, and
Is that the one I was going to mention earlier?
The headline is, Creator of the Labradoodle calls it Frankenstein's monster.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Now, I know a Labradoodle.
I know several.
That is a lovely dog.
I know several Labradoodles.
Okay.
Or golden doodles. That's another kind of doodle, but...
Maybe this is a golden doodle, I know.
This is the Labradoodle specifically. I'll read you this. An Australian man who created the world's first Labradoodle says he regrets creating the popular hybrid breed, claiming in a recent interview that the majority of the dogs are, quote, either crazy or have hereditary problems. Wally Conran bred the first Labradoodle, a cross between a poodle and a Labrador retriever, in 1989 for a blind woman who couldn't have a guide dog because her husband was allergic to the dog hair.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Fast forward 3 decades, which I didn't realize they'd been around that long, but The Labradoodle's become one of the most popular mixed breed dogs in the world, a fact that doesn't sit so well with the man who made them. I opened Pandora's box and released the Frankenstein's monster, said Conran. He fears people are overbreeding the dog, creating versions of their own, including Groodles.
What's that?
Well, this says golden retrievers and poodles. I always thought that was a
I thought that's
golden
a
doodle.
Golden doodle.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's Groodle. Golden doodle sounds better, but
Spoodles.
Spaniel poodle.
Spaniel poodle.
Spoodles.
I find the biggest majority are crazy or have hereditary problems. I have met some damn nice Labradoodles, but they're few and far between. He spent 3 years trialing more than 30 poodles as guide dogs because their hair was hypoallergenic, but they didn't have the right temperament. They're damn cute dogs.
They are.
So
I wish they would do one that tastes like cotton candy.
But they're everywhere. They are.
Well, and apparently we haven't known that they're crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the one I know, I don't know him well, but it belongs to Luba and Dome. His name is Leo because he looks like a lion.
Is he? So I think he's a golden doodle.
Maybe so. He's got floppy ears. I'm looking at pictures here. I don't know. They look sort of the same to me. But he's got that curly hair though.
Well, that's the poodle. That's the oodle part of it.
The oodle.
That's why they do it. Is they don't shed, and usually poodles are good for people.
I don't remember which one he is, but he's a very nice dog.
But I want to say on the record that I don't go for the doodle.
No doodle?
No, I
like the doodles?
I have a golden retriever. I have the old school dog. I don't cotton to the mixing of oodles and doodles.
Are you a racist?
No,
You're a
I'm
racist. This is misogynist. You're a misogynist. That's what you are. You don't believe in mixing of the races.
I'm a goldist.
Hannah says, Labradoodles are so hyper, they chew on everything. My friend's Labradoodle chewed up a medical pill bottle, and their cat ate the pills and died.
Now,
See, they are crazy.
Now, this Labradoodle, I guess he is, Leo, he does like to chew stuff, but they have plenty of chew toys there for him. And he's very well behaved.
Ooh, I had a golden doodle, and it had a lot of health issues. I had to put it down in the end. So sad.
And I think part of the problem is they're overbreeding them now because they're super and you can get the minis.
Oh, see, now that's more my
the mini.
Yeah,
Well,
I like little dogs.
Yeah.
Playing God though.
Yep.
Because on this day in 1991,
wow,
that album was released.
Yeah, never mind.
Nirvana.
Okay, I won't
All right.
mind.
Never mind.
Okay. I think Mary Nichols is on the phone. Hello,
Mary
Mary.
Nichols from Channel 2. Good morning, Mary.
And good morning. I thought you were playing that because I'm in the Seattle area.
Oh, well.
I didn't know that. You are
the Nirvana of Nirvana. Yeah.
Are you taking a little break, or what's going on?
Yeah, I've had this week off.
Oh,
so I
nice.
just had my first cup of coffee and got to sleep in.
Well, why did you feel like you had to do this if it's your week off? You should be relaxing.
Actually, we're at my brother's little place on Whidbey Island, which is right on the beach. It's where they're going to tear it down and build a house when they retire. So in the meantime, we get to stay there for free. So it's pretty cool. I don't know. We were already up and moving around, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad. 8 o'clock, I'll be awake. And we're cleaning up and getting out of the house, and I thought I'd just give you guys a call.
Whidbey
you can tell
Island
me
is
what's going on since I haven't
Whidbey
been.
Island is a great place. I love it there. That's really nice.
We're on Mutiny Bay, and just to the south of us is a bay called Useless Bay.
Well, what do you do there? There's nothing you can do there.
No.
I don't know. It's like, why would they name it Useless? It's like, are there no fish there? Are there no crab there? Can you not boat?
So
But,
did
yeah,
you
Useless Bay.
fly into Seattle, Mary?
Yes, we did. We flew into Seattle and out of the new airport in Salt Lake.
How was
which
that?
was very impressive. It's very big
Mm-hmm.
and very empty, and it seemed very safe. Everybody was wearing masks. Very helpful people to guide you. I did have some people say it's about a 1.5 mile walk to the cars.
Oh, geez.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll maybe
don't
go
want
get
that.
more of those moving walkways.
I kind of like that after you've been on a long plane ride. It kind of feels good to have a bit of a walk after that. So
I agree, Gina. That's a good point. Get off your butt and start moving.
I would like the plane to just set me down outside my car. just land right next to my car, please. Just land next to my car. That's fine. You get to SeaTac, the airport in Seattle, and you rent a car.
No, actually, it's kind of a weird trip because we were supposed to go to Greece or Spain or Italy for our anniversary, but we're here instead. But my husband just bought a car from his brother. So he flew up and he picked up the car that he's buying from his brother. It's a 2011 Chevy Impala, by the way.
Wow.
So he picked me up at the airport in our new Impala.
Oh, that's great. And then
you'll
you
drive home.
You drive to the ferry. And
well, we visited my dad first. We visited family and my son, and then we came up here just for a few days. And now we're flying to Vegas.
Well, what about the
car? It's been a busy week. He will fly back here to Seattle and then drive the car home. And I will fly back.
Confusing. I guess he wants to spare you the long car ride. Is that it?
Yeah, I get to fly straight from Vegas to Salt Lake to go to work in the morning on Monday. So.
And he can drive home wearing his Crocs and with the assurance that you're not going to make fun of him the whole trip.
Driving his new Impala.
And his Crocs.
Wow, this is living.
You know what? My son actually took those Crocs from him.
Good.
I'm hiding these
today.
Good.
With this visit. No, he likes them. He thought they were very cool, and they're this weird color of green that he thought was very cool.
So your son wanted them to wear, so he took them from him.
Yes, he was wearing them. Yeah, his girlfriend wasn't very happy about it, but he was wearing them.
The men in your family have terrible taste, I'm getting. This is what
I support this.
Except in women. Yeah.
I support this. Crocs are comfortable.
All right.
Mary, so you're going to just quickly, you're going to go to Las Vegas. What are you going to do there?
Play games.
Really?
Gamble.
Yeah.
She didn't want to say gamble, but she's
I love Vegas.
You like to go sit at the bingo games, don't you?
The bingo,
Keno.
yeah.
She's a big fan of Keno. She likes to play Keno. Yeah.
We like the slot machines.
Really?
We used to go with my husband's parents. My in-laws would meet us in Jackpot, Nevada, or Laughlin, Nevada. We would go on little gambling trips with them all the time and play the nickel slots, and we would have a blast.
That's fascinating.
Have fun.
I
have a chance that my 50-cent bet might make me $1,000.
It could happen.
I'm trying to picture beautiful Mary Nichols sitting there in front of a slot machine and just smiling.
By herself.
All right.
With a cocktail.
With my husband.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
but,
right. He's going to.
Sometimes, the cocktails are free, but you sit there and it's like $20 later. You have your glass of wine in a plastic cup now. And,
Nothing is free. Nothing is free in Las
Vegas. It's a
$20
bad cup of wine. Yeah.
All right, Mary. Well, it's nice to talk to you. I'm glad you're relaxing, and happy anniversary. And
enjoy your trip.
Yeah, and I hope your husband gets a brand new pair of Crocs.
All right.
He's wearing his blue Birkenstocks instead right now. So.
Almost as bad.
There's that.
All right. Thank you, Mary.
All right. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See ya. All right. We will take a break. We will be back.
Who would have thought?
We need to tell her not to.
Me.
Look, you need to. You're her friend, Gina. Tell her that if she's on vacation, she doesn't need to call us.
Don't call. I wouldn't call.
Okay.
You guys wouldn't hear from me at all.
We'll take a break. We will be back with Boner Fight and a reasonable amount of news. Stay tuned for that. Now a message from the state of Utah.
coronavirus.utah.net, right?
Gov.
Excuse me. Coronavirus.utah.gov. I don't have the, I've said this so many times, I don't have it right in front of me. Let me open it up. Here we are. The restrictions have changed for a lot of places within our listening area. Mm-hmm. So Utah County, you are orange now.
Not the whole county. Provo and Orem.
Provo and Orem. It should be the whole damn county. That doesn't make any sense.
But it's just Provo and Orem.
Yeah. But I guess those are the two busiest spots. So you need to be aware of that and limit your gatherings to 20 people. Don't let your kids have play dates with other kids, and don't go to the playground. And please wear your masks. But if you're unclear about what you should be doing, coronavirus.utah.gov for the latest updated guidance.
Gina, most people, when you go to a party and someone turns on the TV, the party goes from within about 15 minutes to everybody staring blankly at the television.
That's true.
And not talking to each other.
That is true.
So it'll be a good thing to do at the party.
Yeah.
The point of the party, if you're having a TV party, then yeah, turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't.
Yeah.
Is that why your parties don't work,
I don't
Gina?
know.
Could that
I'm not
be
good
it?
at having parties.
When's the last time you gave a party?
I don't know. What counts as a party? Is having people over a party? Or do you have to have, like, a celebration of something?
No, I think if you invite people over, it's a party. Even if it's a family dinner, it's a family dinner party.
Oh, then we have those all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
And the TV goes on.
No.
After dinner?
No. No TV.
During dinner?
No. Music.
Oh.
That's it. No TV.
I love people who watch TV during dinner and have TVs in their kitchens and stuff. That's just really odd,
just says,
I think.
We don't want to talk to each other ever for any reason.
Yeah, it's just really strange. I knew a family who had a small TV on their dinner table, and they would eat dinner and watch television.
Sitting on the table.
Yeah, sitting on the corner of the dinner table, a small television, and it was on when they ate dinner.
So they never talked to each other.
No, not much.
Maybe that kept the fights down.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, when we watch TV and eat at the same time, it's because usually we don't have the time to do them both proper.
So then do you take the food to the couch?
Yeah. Take the food downstairs.
When I first met my wife, I was not adverse to doing that. I was also not adverse to having a television in the bedroom, and she was against both of those things. And so we have not done them in, I haven't done them in years, and now I can't imagine doing it.
Even having a TV in your bedroom?
No, God, no. No TV in the bedroom.
Why?
Especially not in the bedroom.
Why especially not in the bedroom?
Because
you don't like to get under the covers and...
Because it's useless. For me, it's useless. If I had a TV in the bedroom, when I go in the bedroom and get in the bed, you know what I do? Bonk! Sleep. Within 2 minutes, I'm out. And if there was a TV in the bedroom, I would be out within 30 seconds. It would serve no use. It would just serve absolutely no purpose to me to have a TV in the bedroom.
Got to have a TV in the bedroom.
Do you always watch TV before you go to bed?
No. No, it gets turned on maybe once a week.
But you got to have it.
But you got to have it. The Saturday mornings when you wake up and you're not going anywhere and you're just kind of lying there, you're like, let's see what's on.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Let's watch a little cartoons.
See,
that would be nice.
You know what you need? You need what we have is like a cabinet that you can just totally shut it off.
That's what we have.
So you can
and then
pretend there's no TV in there until you really
The other
want
reason
one.
you need the TV in the bedroom is, the porn. But that's another subject altogether. That
They have porn on TV?
Sure. You can put the porn on TV.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You control the vertical. You control the horizontal.
No, the porn controls the vertical.
And on Twitter at RFHCarry. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
Okay, it is 9:23, so we have Boner Fight coming up here in about 4 minutes. So a reasonable, slightly small amount of news brought to you by...
Scott Hale is offering a preseason furnace and AC tune-up for just $54. Call Scott Hale, 801-264-HALE.
Tragedy. He was one of a kind, an original. He will be missed, although he's been dead for a little while. I forgot to mention it the other day. Tommy DeVito, dead at 92 of novel coronavirus. An original member of the Four Seasons, the close harmony quartet that rocketed to fame in the early 60s with Sherry, Sherry baby, Sherry, and other hits, and earned new generations of fans when the Broadway musical Jersey Boys told a semi-factual version of the group's story. He died in Henderson, Nevada. Frankie Valli and Bob Guido, the two surviving original members of the group, announced his death. A spokesman for Mr. Valli, Frankie Valli, and said the cause was a novel coronavirus. Here we go. Pretty good, you got to admit. The harmonies with the quartet behind him, but then that high soaring voice is Frankie Valli.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of takes the lead.
But that's not who died.
No, the backup guy. But he was one of the original. The Four Seasons were 4 seasons, Gina. Frankie decided
Which
at some
season was
point.
he?
Frankie decided at some point it would be Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and then later on it was just Frankie Valli.
Mm-hmm.
But
kick them seasons to the curb.
They had hit after hit after hit. Yeah, hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. I think this is just Frankie Valli.
Yeah, this is just
Frankie.
Frankie.
This is the Four Seasons.
It was at the point where it was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Oh.
Just before he kicked them to the curb.
Now, I saw a video some time ago, not about 5 years ago, of Frankie Valli doing a solo concert in New Jersey. And it was packed. And it was a theater in the round, and there must have been 8,000 people there, and Frankie Valli was in his 80s at the time, and he still can sing like that. Walk Like a Man. There's Frank right there in the background, or I mean Bob.
Tony?
And
Bob?
then Tony.
Who died?
Nick.
It's still unclear who died.
Tony or Nick? Tommy. Tommy DeVito.
Not
Was it autumn?
Frankie Valli.
Or was it spring? Which one of the 4 seasons?
No, it was the
Winter?
season of Tommy, Carrie.
Oh, okay.
Original member, 4 seasons. And I want you all to know that Cake Boss Buddy Valastro, he should be okay. He had a terrible accident. He mangled his hand in a bowling accident.
How do you mangle your hand in a bowling accident?
You got to keep your hand away from that return.
Think, Gina, how that might happen.
The ball
returns.
Yeah. The ball comes flying out of that return. You got to be careful.
There was a malfunction, and he got his hand caught in the. You know how it comes up out of that? He got his hand caught in the mechanism, and it mangled him.
Why are you standing right there? You wait till it
listen.
spits it back and it rolls back.
A metal rod slowly and repeatedly impaled his hand 3 times between his ring finger and middle finger.
Jeez.
Slowly and painfully. He's the
What
cake
is he
boss.
bowling for anyway?
Dollars. He's
Who's
bowling for dollars.
Now? Why are you bowling? Nobody should be bowling now. There should be no bowling.
It's the only thing that his friend, the host of Ace of Cakes, likes to do. All right.
His soul patch got caught in the return.
Utah State Prison under lockdown because of COVID-19. Not because there are dangerous criminals there who are going to escape. No, it's because of the coronavirus. Donald Trump says he's not a fan of Meghan Markle, and he wishes Harry good luck.
Well, it's because they came out and said, "Hey, we like Biden." So
Harry called on Americans to reject hate speech, misinformation, and online negativity. Neither of them mentioned Donald Trump or.
Well, but that's
Joe
my
Biden.
whole thing, though. That's my thing. They know that's my thing, and so that.
He was asked about the video of them, and he said, "Well, I'm not a fan of hers, and I would say this, and she probably has heard that, but I wish a lot of luck to Harry. He's going to need it, you know."
She's difficult.
Yeah.
Keep your woman in line, Harry.
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
We'll get to the story of the 87-year-old Utah pizza delivery driver who got a $12,000 tip from his customers. But first, we need to do the Boner Fight. So, the winner from round 1 squaring off against the winner from round 2. Back in the 7 o'clock hour, the winner of Boner voting was, hey, nice job with the fireworks, folks. 3 teenagers and 1 parent charged with starting a 12,000-acre fire in southern Utah, shooting off fireworks in a restricted area. Nice job, folks. Going against, by the way, it cost over $1 million to fight that fire. Going up against number 2, the never-ending pain of being on a reality show, Kate Goslin of the show John and Kate Plus 8. accused of abusing her son Colin with bizarre and humiliating punishments. It's number 2.
All right. You've got to decide of these two candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day today, 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that number, that single digit is all we need in the message of a text. And then you text that to 33986. Pretty easy to do. Or you can call, that's even easier, 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. The producer's booth will take it and count it right there in Salt Lake. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight September 23, 2020. And once you get to x96.com, it's always a good idea just to refresh so that box appears and new stuff shows up. It's just it works better that way. All right, you have until the end of these messages to do it. This is Boner of the Day, Ran Life.
Yes. I did a refinance with Ran Life just recently. And they made it very, very easy to do. They're a local mortgage company. Now I pay my mortgage to Ran Life. And what's really nice about it, too, is that they have an online portal where you can look at your loan. You can see what the payment is and how to pay it off and all of that. But you can also set up just automatic payments, and that works extremely well. But this is a good time to think about refinancing. It's taking not too long to get a refinance done, and the rates are so low, I would look into it if I were you. I did it, and I think you'll be happy to. And Ran Life, it's no obligation to call them and talk to their loan officers and find out about refinancing. So 801-478-4500. That's 478-4500, or go to their website, ranlife.com.
Well, Punk, let's get to the movie review, shall we?
There we go.
That's why nothing to spend in the summer in and out of health facilities, like 18 Fingers of Death.
Tell us who stars in this opus.
Well, this is the only movie that's better than 17 Fingers of Death.
Yeah.
It stars James Liu.
Oh, so this is a sequel then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Buford, the down-and-out action hero.
James Liu, okay.
Okay.
And we got Maurice Patton.
Yeah.
He's Ronald Mack, the college student and wannabe director.
Okay.
Lisa Arturo.
Nope.
She's Sushi Q, the Honorable Fortune Cookie CEO.
Okay.
Pat Morita.
Oh, well, there's a name I recognize. Arnold from Happy Days.
So I know this movie's at least a year old, right?
Exactly. Well, I noticed he's got lots of others that are in post-production.
Oh, God. All right.
He's the humble restaurateur. We got Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo
Lamas, yeah.
He's a Antonio Bandana, the singing martial artist.
Okay.
Oh.
Robin Shue.
This sounds like just a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
He's Jackie Chong.
Yeah.
And we got Charlie George Brown as Chuck Snorris.
Chuck Snorris. Okay.
Oh, God.
And Kurt Graves as Steven Seafood.
Okay. Tell us the plot of 18 Fingers of Death.
Well, as far as I can tell, this guy starred in 803 of the finest action movies ever filmed. But he's come up with a script for what could be his breakout role. But when the producers back out and pull his funding, he's forced to pull out the "Will Work for Kung Fu for Money" sign and sell his Kung Fu movie memorabilia in order to get enough money to make a movie in 1 week for the Sundance Film Festival.
God.
And they managed to get like about 90 minutes out of this?
Yep.
Jeez.
A full 90 minutes.
All right, have you got a scene from 18 Fingers of Death?
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little Pat Morita.
Okay.
Oh, good. Pat Morita.
So here we go.
Oh, Mr. Lee, listen, I've always been wanting to know, do you have Chinese Jews? Chinese Jews? Oh, very sorry to taste no Chinese Jews. We only have the apple Jews and the orange Jews.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
This is worse than I even dreamed.
Yep. What are you giving this movie, Punk?
I'm actually giving it 3.5 Prozac.
What? It's the pills talking, punk.
It's the prednisone. I think it's the prednisone. For digging up guano, lining up to fight. You can only fight the good guy one at a time.
That's
you
right.
have to circle him.
Yeah.
Feathered hair, the drunken bastard, Bong Fu the series, a wicker basket beaten, bow tie in the kitchen, cowboy Fu, a fallen in love montage, an attack midget, and yes, learning to speak out of sync.
Learning to speak out of sync. All right, and what junk food are you going to have while you watch this movie?
I think you need to gather a few Lynn Wilson's meat and cheese burritos with extra cheese and onions. You can mix in the Durkin's French fried onions as you need. A nice meatball hero, some Rainbow Twizzlers, a bunch of Starburst, Reese's Pieces, a bag of Honorable Fortune cookies, and, yes, a nice cold canister of Lost Energy drink.
All right, Punk.
Wow, sounds lovely.
For those of you that are lost.
All right.
18 Fingers of Death.
The movie that's better than 17 Fingers of Death.
Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
It's time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by some delicious barbecued Greek chicken and vegetables, and it was great.
And Thursday's family night at Diversion Eatery. Get a 16-inch pizza, 10 wings, and a big green salad, all for just $25 with the promo code Family Deal, located at 535 North 3rd West and online at diversioneatery.com.
Boner candidate number one was nice job with the fireworks, folks. 3 teens, 1 parent charged with starting a 12,000-acre fire in southern Utah. Shooting off the fireworks. Going against number 2, the never-ending pain of being on a reality show. Kate Gosselin accused of abusing her son Colin with bizarre and humiliating punishments. This family is never going to go away. And the winner, Boner candidate number 1. Nice job with the fireworks, folks.
All right, that's your Boner of the Day for September 23, 2020. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That will be decided tomorrow by Dave the Flower Guy. Not you. Dave decides. I think we have Dee Brewer on the phone.
It's my old pal Dee Brewer. Hi, Dee.
How are you, Bill? Hi, Kerry.
I'm doing well.
Hey.
So Dee is with the Downtown Alliance, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about this open streets thing that's happening on the weekends. Describe that to people, what it is exactly, Dee.
We started last week, and we begin again tonight. So from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have performers, musicians from Exchange Place to City Creek Center along Main Street. So about 10 or so performers along that area. And then we're closing northbound lane of Main Street to traffic and using that as a pedestrian promenade so that restaurants can open and expand their premises out to the curb. So this is really an invitation for everyone to come back downtown and do so in a safe way. We have broad streets, we have lots of room, and restaurants are making more outdoor dining space. And it's going really well. We've had a tremendous response last week.
Now, is there some shopping available as well? Do I understand that right, too?
There are over 100 stores and shops downtown that are open. There are 135 restaurants and bars downtown.
Really?
And yeah. And those businesses have been hit particularly hard in the pandemic because they rely on workers that are downtown, people attending performances and events, which are not happening, and the meeting and convention audience that is not downtown right now. So we saw restaurants last weekend whose sales were up 30%. And so this has been a great boon for those restaurants and retailers downtown.
So now, does Trax continues to run, I guess, along Main Street there, so you can take Trax down?
It does. We always encourage public transportation. Trax is a great way. There's also $2 parking at Gallivan Center there, and then parking at City Creek Center is always free for the first 2 hours.
Yeah. I've taken advantage of that on many occasions, as a matter of fact. 2-hour free parking at City Creek. Tell me about the performers a little bit, Dee. Do they move around, or are they kind of stationed in various places? How does that work?
They're about every half block. So you've got there are buskers, guitarists. We have Living Traditions is actually programming the performances at Exchange Place. So we had some wonderful dancers there last weekend, and there will be more performers from Living Traditions this weekend. But it's such a great experience walking down Main Street, and as the music is fading from the one you just walked by, you're coming up on another one. And, it's like many of the great promenades in many of the great cities around the world. That's really what we're going for.
Yeah, and lots of good food. There really are some very nice restaurants along Main Street there, places where you can have good cocktails, good food, and I hope that they're doing well. So it starts, you can take advantage of it starting, is it 6 o'clock tonight?
6 until 10 p.m. is when the performances are scheduled. Restaurants, of course, what we saw last week is that restaurants were busier in the afternoon, and, of course, they're open later as well. And this is really for all restaurants downtown. While entertainment is on Main Street, we're really seeing increases in restaurants in the whole downtown area, and that's what this is about.
That's excellent. All right, Dee Brewer with the Downtown Alliance. Nice to hear your voice. Hope you're doing well. Your family okay?
We are. Thank you for asking, and I hope you all are well, too.
So far, we're doing okay. All right, Dee, thanks a lot. Say hello to your lovely wife for me.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dee. Dee Brewer from the Downtown Alliance. All right. We'll take a break. We'll crawl towards the exits coming up after these. Brooklinen.com, BROOKLINEN.com. When you go there and place your order, use the promo code Jackson, my last name, JACKSON. Use that at checkout.
I did. I got my new sheets. Thanks, Carrie.
Are they nice? You like them?
Oh, I love them.
The Brooklinen sheets are they're terrific. We love them here. And now that we got you hooked with the sheets, Gina, the next step is the bath towels.
Well, way to go. You're just going to suck me in further here, aren't you? Next, you're going to tell me about the bathrobes, right?
The bathrobes are nice, too.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of stuff on their website. It's not just sheets and bath towels. They got all kinds of stuff for your home. But the bath towels are what they're really proud of right now. They want you to try them out. They say that, and it's true, it kind of turns your bathroom into a miniature spa with these luxurious, wonderful bath towels. And you can pick your fluffiness. As fluffy as you'd like. Some people like them extra fluffy. I'm a medium. Brooklinen, the perfect place to find all the comforts for home, including ultra-soft towels. They're so confident in their product that everything comes with a lifetime warranty. Use the promo code Jackson, my last name, JACKSON, for 10% off your first order at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com, and the promo code Jackson. Brooklinen, everything you need to live your most comfortable life.
I made a big mistake. Well, I didn't. It had to be done at some point. I haven't gotten on the scale, weighed myself, that is, since. So I had some back surgery to relieve some pressure on, excuse me, on the nerves in my back, and that has made it difficult for me to. Well, it's made it impossible for me to do any exercise, and I exercise a lot usually.
Uh-huh.
And then I went on vacation.
Well, sure.
And
you don't ever weigh yourself after vacation.
And you always put on a little weight on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lack of exercise for a month, and then going on vacation for however many days to Hawaii, which involved a lot of
pineapple, drinking.
A lot of
empty calories.
Empty calories. Thank you. That. Would you please? Damn it, Gina. Could you start with the euphemisms? Would you not zero right in on the problem? Start with the euphemisms. I say, oh, is Aunt Flo here? You know, I don't say what, John the Rag. You having a period?
Trying to be funny.
Start with the euphemisms, please.
Before the reality?
Yeah, don't let the reality just don't smack me in the face with it, please. So 10 pounds since the last time I weighed myself.
So in a month you've gained 10.
I think I'd have to look and see when that surgery was.
You don't look like you've gained 10 pounds.
Oh, I sure feel like it. And I don't? Really? No?
You look fine.
I think you always say that though. Because I don't know, why does she always say that? Because I don't think it's true.
I'm sorry, I was chasing down things that we have to take care of here. I'm, trying to fix the show. That's all.
She always says you look fine. I think you say that either because you don't really look at me or at people, because I look at you. And I wouldn't say that about you.
I didn't ask your opinion on how I look or how much weight I gained on my vacation.
I didn't ask yours either. You just offered it. I didn't ask your opinion.
Okay, I won't say you look fine. I start out saying something nice when I get in trouble for that.
I don't think I look. I think you can tell I've put on 10 pounds. Can't you, Carrie?
Gina, watch and learn. Really?
Can you tell that I put on 10 pounds?
You hide it well.
But you can tell, can't you?
No.
You can't?
No. I also don't look at you very closely.
I believe that.
It's true. I don't look at anybody very closely.
I know.
I keep my head down, I do my job, I get out.
I look at people too closely.
Yeah, would you quit looking at me so closely?
I'm sorry, how's your eye?
It's better.
Is it really? That's what you said. That's what you said when it wasn't.
But now it's just crusty, not puffy.
What did your husband say now that he's seen you? Did he, when he got home and looked at it, did he go, my God, why didn't you go to the doctor?
No, he's still saying it's fine, so it's fine. It's scabby.
I think that if you had FaceTimed him,
yeah,
he would have looked at it and went, oh, God.
Yeah.
Boots, get in there.
He was with me all weekend, and it was fine.
But so again, he doesn't look at you very closely. He just keeps his head down and does his job when he's with you.
Exactly.
Which I'm glad that he doesn't notice I've gained weight.
No, he just keeps his head down and does his job.
Follow Bill Allred on Twitter at RFHBill. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
9:51.
There was a story I wanted to get to.
Yes.
Now I don't, I don't have TikTok downloaded anywhere, so I didn't see this, but it's kind of sweet. An 89-year-old Weber County man has become TikTok famous after a family gave him a big tip for delivering pizza. So there are as many places to get pizza as there are toppings, but when Carlos Valdez starts getting a craving for pizza, he likes Papa John's in Roy. Okay? I love pineapple on my pizza, he said. That's the only thing my wife loves. It's not so much because they think it's the best tasting pizza in the area, but they like the delivery guy.
Oh.
The Valdezes have gotten to know 89-year-old Derlin Newey. That's an 89-year-old Utah man.
That is.
From his deliveries to their house. 89 years old. He's delivering pizza. Hello, are you looking for some pizza? Is a phrase Newey uses every time he delivers. Everybody loves him, said Carlos Valdez. And so every time Valdez and his wife order the pizza, they ask for Mr. Newey. And he's always very kind, and the Valdezes ask for him by name, and they record his deliveries for their TikTok videos because they think he's charming.
Mm-hmm.
And they've become kind of popular. There apparently 53,000 people have looked at this on TikTok. And one comment that kept coming up is why an 89-year-old man was delivering pizza. A lot of people felt bad for him. Somebody at that age should not be working that much, said Mr. Valdez, so they got an idea. They used their TikTok account and asked their followers to donate a little money to help out Mr. Newey. They got $12,000.
Nice.
And there's a TikTok video of them giving Mr. Newey this tip. Here's a tip. It's $12,000. And this guy is just so nonplussed and so sweet. It's really quite charming.
See, there's good in the world.
Yeah, we got a gift for you. Mr. Newey says, I don't even know what TikTok is. They said, well, you've been on our TikTok account, and he couldn't believe it, and then he started to cry. It's just sweet, very sweet. He says, I work 30 hours a week delivering pizza.
Yeah, I hope everybody, depending on your comfort level of eating out, Bill's actually a little more comfortable than I am right now, and Carrie, but we're supporting local restaurants in other ways. We get a lot of takeout from our favorite local places. If you do that, make sure you tip as if you're dining in. A lot of times when you get takeout, you think, well, you didn't wait on me, so make sure you're tipping as much as you can afford to tip to help those people.
The next person I tip is going to be $12,000.
Perfect.
I'm going to give somebody like Mr. Newey $12,000. But if you happen to see the TikTok video, he's just a sweet guy, old man. He has delivering pizza. Apparently, he kind of enjoys it too, though. He likes delivering the pizzas, but you'd think when you're 89, you shouldn't be delivering. Hello, do you want some pizza here?
Pizza does not discriminate. All right.
That's right. So anyway, that's nice that Carlos Valdez and his wife did that for this guy. Very nice. Yeah. I always feel bad that I don't have any cash anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
So I go to I get my groceries lately from Harmon's, and they charge a delivery fee. I think Smith's doesn't, but Harmon's does. But I just like the way Harmon's is set up, and I like City Creek, and their website's very easy to use. So I'll pay the small. It's not a delivery fee, but a pickup fee. I go down and pick the groceries up after I order them online, and I never have anything to give the person who comes out to the car with the groceries. I feel like I ought to be tipping that person. So, but I don't know. Should I be tipping that person for carrying the groceries out? I mean, even though I'm paying a fee.
They may tell you they're not allowed to accept them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere on the website or.
They need to build that into the app or the website, wherever it is that you're doing it, because I'm not sure, because we just have the person deliver our groceries and not knock on the door, just leave them.
Yeah.
And, because we've got our security cams are everywhere, we can see. So we know whether we need to get the groceries or not. But I think that, in this now paperless society, this no cash society,
Well,
they need to build that in.
Maybe that's what that
fee is.
that fee. I know when you have groceries delivered, it's more money. If you go to the store and just pick it up yourself, and they bring the groceries out to the car, it's like $5 to do that.
Yeah, that could be the tip.
So maybe that's for the person who's doing it.
Smiths says we are not allowed to accept tips.
Yeah.
Well, there you
so
go.
there's one chiming in.
And there is that aspect of physical contact.
Yeah, I don't know that people want cash. I think that's...
Yeah. So.
I like the restaurants that not only do you order online and pay online, but they give you the ability to tip there as well.
Yeah.
Most places are now doing that.
Yeah.
No, I went to a coffee place this past weekend, and you put your card in the slot, and then they'll say, would you like to put a tip on that?
Yeah.
And I'll say, yes, please. And that's the best way to do it.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to assume that fee I pay is just...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
Oh, let's see here now. Promo, huh?
Katie, from Katie Jones.
Well...
Even though it's Nick, but it's...
No, I don't.
Katie. He sent it. He resent it.
Well, I just still have the same one.
Yeah, he sent the old one twice.
Yeah, I don't...
So just leave out that one part, Bill.
Okay, I will.
We can do this.
Yes, I think we can.
We can do this.
Yeah.
All right.
You are not allowed to enjoy the weekend until you listen to Friday's Radio from Hell show.
You have questions, we have answers. Send your best or meh questions to radiofromhell@x96.com, and we'll be sure to respond to the bestest, meh-est questions at 8.
Also, we'll be doing a weekly check-in with Mayor Wilson at 8:45, although I think she has a standby helping her out this week. And if that wasn't enough, we'll do more than that on the Radio from Hell show. More.
There's always more on Friday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
That was pro all the way, wasn't it? Okay.
We don't have a meeting. That's a good thing.
We don't?
Nope.
No, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're good. Everything covered?
Yeah.
All business? Fine job, Nick. Thank you. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Ginger bourbon biscuit.
Oh.
Go to my Twitter and find. That's my Hobbit name. Go to my Twitter and find it. Ginger bourbon biscuit.
Corey is next.